Hello, parishioners and friends of Our Lady the Scapular. It's been a while. We're back again with some more interesting Catholic information. It's now the month of November. Hard to believe it's the month of November. But it is that time of the year, the last month of the liturgical year. Liturgical year, new one starts December 1st. So on the last month of the year in the church calendar, we focus on our beloved deceased. We pray for the dead. The whole month of November is dedicated to the holy souls, meaning the people who have died and who are waiting for their time to enter the kingdom of heaven. So let me just say a few words about that, because in the Catholic tradition, we do believe that a person is given the gift of life with the idea you're supposed to prepare yourself to see God face to face, which will happen when you leave this life in death. So you get your whole life to prepare, and some people work on it really well and are devoted to it and really achieve their goal, and when the time to leave this earth is coming, they're filled with grace and they've turned away from anything that would separate them from God. They go right into the kingdom of heaven. But then there are others who have tried as hard as they could, but they could have tried harder, I guess, maybe. They didn't complete their preparation. And God, who is merciful, it's not just cut and dry. It's like, you're ready, you go to heaven, you're not ready, you go to hell. No, that's not the Catholic tradition. That is not the God of mercy that we worship. So God, for those people who are of goodwill, but just are not prepared to see God face to face, they're not ready yet, then the preparation for that moment continues on after death, after leaving this earth, in the place that we call purgatory. I know many priests don't talk about it, many people don't talk about it anymore, as if it doesn't exist anymore. It's not one of those things that just passed away. Purgatory is a teaching of the church that the preparation for life eternal and seeing God face to face can go on if necessary in the next world. And so, the month of November, we are praying for the holy souls, those people who are not quite ready to see God yet. Now, we don't know who they are. We don't know who they are. We know that everybody that we have loved has gone on to the next world, hopefully was ready and went into heaven, but maybe not. So therefore, we just out of love for them, we continue to pray for them, because our prayers help them in their preparation to be ready to see God face to face, to be filled with enough grace to see God face to face. So Catholics pray for the dead. And during the month of November, we especially in our parish, and I think most parishes, we do focus on all of our members who have died in the last year. So these candles here, there's a candle here for every person who had their funeral in our church in the course of the last year. There was a special ceremony of lighting these candles on All Souls Day, and then they will eventually burn out. But of course, the idea was it's a prayer for those persons. It's part of a prayer. Obviously, we will say other prayers for them. We pray for the dead because our prayers can help them. The teaching of the church is that when you're dead, you really can't help yourself anymore, but you can be helped in your preparation to see God face to face by the prayers of other people. So we pray for the people we know. Here's some of them. And then we also pray for people we don't know. We call them the forgotten souls. People who died and they have nobody to pray for them. They need help. We can help them. We should help them. That's the essence of being a Christian, that we are concerned with others and their needs, and we work towards helping them. So we do pray for the souls we know, the souls we don't know, for all the beloved deceased. So that's the explanation of this. It's part of our ritual here. If you look further behind here is something that has been brought to our Polish church from the Hispanic tradition. We kind of mix Polish and Hispanic together. In Spanish, it's called the ofrenda, which means it's kind of an altar for the dead, to remember the dead. And they're found in Spanish communities, they're found everywhere. I first encountered it by visiting Mexico, but I know that there are plenty of them all through Southwest Detroit, where there's a great Spanish community. I thought maybe we could bring this here to our parish. So the idea is that a special altar is prepared, specially decorated. Ours is decorated with the colors of fall. The marigolds are the flower for the dead, and in the Hispanic tradition, mums are the flower of the dead in the Polish tradition. Black is the color from the traditional Catholic perspective that is used for the dead. So this altar, and then there's the decorations from fall. This altar is filled with pictures of people who have died, brought in by our parishioners, except for the front row. Right across the front, you will see the 12 pastors. Yes, 12 pastors of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish who have died, starting with the first one. They're all in order, and ending with the last one. The last one, Father Stanley Redwick. Many people would have known him. So they're all there. I provided those pictures because as a priest, I feel like it's my duty that I should pray. I should make sure that there's prayers said for my brother priests, and in this church, those priests who ministered here as pastors, they should be remembered. So they're there. But you get past that, there's people's mothers, their fathers, their grandparents, their great-grandparents, their sisters, their brothers. They're all up there, and anyone is welcome to bring a picture and put it on our ofrenda. And it's really a beautiful way, I think, to remember the dead. It's true our parish is Polish, but we can always learn from other ethnic traditions, as other ethnic traditions can learn from our Polish traditions. The important thing about all of them is they're Christian traditions, they're Catholic traditions. And this is very, very Catholic, to pray for the dead, to remember the dead. So this altar will be here for the entire month of November. And then at the end, we will close the liturgical year with the Solemnity of Christ the King, and then we move on to the next year. Advent starts. It's a whole new year with a whole new focus. But for this time, it is important for us to pray for the dead. And during this season, we have many masses that are offered, specifically masses offered for the dead during the week. So I would invite you, come to our church. It's a wonderful place to pray for the dead, or pray for the dead wherever you may be. One day, we're all going to be dead. And we need prayer. We will need prayers. And you receive by giving. So let us give now and know that the people that we love, we will receive from them later when we need them. Thank you.